Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be about how to file your nails into different shapes. So we have stiletto on my thumb, almond on my pinky, round / oval on my middle finger, coffin / ballerina / squaretto on my ring, and we have square and square oval on my pinky. So if you want to find out how to create these different shaped nails, then just keep watching. So the first shape that I'm going to show you is going to be almond. So obviously at the moment I've just got some plastic tips on my fingers. So the first thing that you can do, I mean, if you've got plastic tips like what I've got, you can always just cut the corners, but obviously if you want to do this on natural nails, it's probably, I mean, you can still do it if you want to. I don't tend to. So going to angle the file so that it's going to be at the same angle as the tip of your finger here. So as you can see, as I'm sort of doing it, I'm touching my fingertip. So as you can see, as I'm doing it, it's getting closer and closer to that angle. And by doing it this way, you're going to get a really nice, natural shape that goes with your fingers. So the corners are both gone now. So then what I like to do is I like to go from the side walls, which is this bit around here, and we're going to round. So remember that this is an almond shape, not a stiletto. So as you can see, we're getting there. It does take a little bit of a while to get this sort of shaping. So, and with the almond shape as well, you really want to make sure that the tip is rounded. Even though it's sort of pointy, it is rounded, which is what is the difference between a stiletto and an almond. So there we have an almond shape. So we've gone from the square to the almond. So I'll show you a shorter almond as well. So if your nails are this length naturally, you're going to do exactly the same thing, but this time, obviously because it's shorter, you can go straight to where your finger is. So remember, you need that angle. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing and start rounding. So, and we're doing exactly the same thing again, where we are rounding off the tip. So, and there you have a shorter almond shape, which is probably a bit more natural than the longer shape. So then I'm going to show you about rounding off. So rather, if people don't want an actual almond, which is obviously quite pointy compared to the square, but they don't want square, so we're going to round the corners off just like that. So you can already see that by rounding those corners off, it's definitely becoming more round. So as you can see, we've still got the sort of side wall bit here going on, and it's going straight down, but it is much more of just the tip is just being rounded off like that. So if I shorten them, and I can show you what they'll look like a bit shorter. So this is now a more natural looking square. So we're literally just going to round off the corners again, but we are keeping this side wall completely straight. So there you have a round oval shape. So this is sort of what, if people say oval, I would say this was a shape. And also when people come to me and ask for round nails, not square, so you can, if I maybe put my hand down, you can see the difference between the two and obviously the square. So the next one I'm going to show you is the Coffin slash Ballerina slash Stiletto shape. So we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the almond shaped ones, and we're going to get that angle ready. By using your fingertips. So then as well, we're going to do exactly the same as we did on the almond one as well, and get the side walls into that point as well. So, and just by doing those 2 steps as well, you can already see that we have the coffin shape. Now obviously, depending on your preference, you can have the sort of straight edge as thin or as thick as you like. I would say personally it goes with the length of the nail. So obviously for this one, where the nail is longer, the straight edge is sort of quite narrow. So, and that's literally it for that step. So if I shorten my nail, and I can show you then how it looks a bit shorter. So we can do exactly the same thing again, getting that corner off and going down to the side wall. So then, as you can see on the shorter nail, the tip is then a bit thicker, but it still is the same shape and still looks as nice. So for the pinky, I'll show you how to shape a square. Obviously they are already square, but basically you just file the top into a straight edge, straight down the side wall, straight down the side wall, and then it's kind of done. So, and it's exactly the same for if the nail is shorter as well, so we're going for a shorter square. So we're still going to file our straight edge, like that, and straight down the side wall, straight down the side wall, and then if you want to again just straighten off your edge like that. So then also from the square you can have square oval, and that again is also really simple, where you literally just, as you're going down the side wall, just take off that sharper edge. So you're not really rounding, you're just taking off this sharp edge that is here. So as you're going down, you just round the corner. And there you have it. Because some people don't like to have the sort of sharper edges of the square, so they will always ask for the edges to be rounder, which is square oval. So then for the last nail, I'm going to show you stiletto. So we're doing exactly the same thing with the almond and the coffin shape by taking off the corner. So also with this one, you don't go exactly with your fingertip. You can go more dramatic. So start off by doing the corner for your fingertip, but then move more in, because obviously this style is a lot more pointy. So as you can see, we're kind of getting there. It's looking a bit more almond at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to angle even more. Until we get into this type of point. So then obviously we're going to go to our sidewalls and bring it all up. So there, as you can see, much more pointy than the almond. You can do a little bit of a round if you don't, I mean, they're not sharp anyway, you know, I can touch that. But I mean, I like to just round the tip just because I think it looks a bit nicer, but you can go more extreme and just completely have it in a point, you know, where you're literally just filing and filing and filing. Up to a real sort of point. So it's up to you, and you can go shorter as well, but depending on how short you go, sometimes it doesn't look right with an actual stiletto. So probably, you know, a more almond shape is better, but you can see the difference in all of the styles. I mean, as well, you can go in between almond and stiletto, where you take this sidewall in a bit more. You know, I mean, it's up to you. But I'm hoping that you liked this video showing you how to create these different shaped nails. If you did, please like and subscribe and comment below, and I will do another video for you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.